إدارة التيك توك من فضلك ما تعمليش حظر. الفيديو موجود على المنصة وأنا مقتبسه من المنصة. رحمه زين، أنا فخور إنك مصرية. أنا فخور إنك مصرية. أنت أحسن من رجال كتير، أحسن من شنبات كتير.
So what ends up happening is that you're basically raising a spoiled brat you're unable to say no to that has now grown up to be a sociopath. It's not a war. A war assumes that
منصة التيك توك إذا حظرت للفيديو أنت تبقى عنصري، تبقى إدارة عنصرية. الفيديو موجود على منصة التيك توك.
asking me to condemn Hamas then pours in
وأنا حقي إن أنا أنشره وحق الناس إنها تنشره.
of its own state which ends up killing over 5,000 Palestinians. The narrative
عشان العالم كله يصلي صوت الأطفال والنساء اللي بيموتوا.
I don't have the PR of Israel. I don't have the money.
فيديو ما فيهوش أي حاجة ولا انتهاك ولا في عنف ولا كلمات خارجة ولا أي حاجة. مالكش حجة إنك أنت تحذر لي الفيديو.
This kind of genocide was created to avoid this kind of humanitarian crisis. Cannot stand up to one spoiled brat of a fascist organization, then where are we in this world? And what's sad is that it's a top-down movement. You have the United Nations unable to speak to Israel. You also have the people at work who cannot hold the Palestinian flag, who get fired on the spot. I've had people who work in New York text me and tell me that they've been fired on the spot. You know what else I've had that unfortunately I cannot show? Screenshots, screenshots of email from prominent news channels where anchors, where younger people are emailing producers, are emailing one another begging, why aren't we showing the other side? Why aren't you showing the other side? I am here to say something
Israel of genocide.
We need a ceasefire because the world is in danger. I have accused Israel of genocide. I am accusing Israel of genocide.
And I'm simply saying to you, Israel has a right to defend itself. The question now is
against
what is
what? Women and children?
Let me finish my point,
Rachma. Look at the evidence.
Let me finish my point.
How many Palestinians have died? You apply international law. You apply international law. You allow the United Nations to do its job. When the Hamas situation happened, for example, it was supposed to be the Red Cross to go and negotiate. Israel is stopping all of that. On top of that, it's also terrorizing the media. On top of that, it's also terrorizing individuals. On top of that, it has money being poured in from the United States. On top of that, it has the backing of the European Union. On top of that, it has the backing of Britain that started this whole farce. So what ends up happening is who's speaking for the Palestinian people. So for a solution to happen, you need to empower the United Nations so that Israel is not making a mockery of the United Nations. How am I needing to reiterate this more and more? I am giving you a solution. If you occupy a people, if women in labor are having to give birth at checkpoint, if you're having people imprisoned, if you're having this merciless bombardment of Palestinians, you are going to breed Hamas. It starts with the stronger party.
I hear you, and I respect your right to your opinions, and I've given you the platform to air them, and I appreciate you.
طبعا رحمه زين تعتبر مش قوه ناعمه، انا بعتبرها يعني قاعده صواريخ الحياه. انحلي لك يا رحمه بصراحه.
It wasn't sensational. It wasn't. But thank you very much.